Hey guys, and welcome back to today's video. Now in today's video, we're going to be going over the top 3 secrets when it comes to building a $100,000 OnlyFans agency. Now these are 3 areas that once I had mastered them, they really changed my agency and took it to a whole new level. And it took me tons of time, energy and money to actually learn these lessons. But I really feel like I've cracked the winning formula when it comes to it. And I'm actually going to share it with you guys in today's video. Now, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Ethan Bayless. I'm the founder of Altrist, which is a leading OnlyFans agency based in the UK. And I'm also the founder of OnlyFans Millions, which we mentor other OnlyFans agency owners on how to build and scale their OnlyFans agencies to 50k plus per month. So if you're interested in any of that, links for it can be found in the description below. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. So the first secret hack when it comes to building a $100,000 OnlyFans agency is to demonstrate value in the marketplace. Now, this is something I see tons and tons of people actually overlooking, where they just go into the marketplace and they beg for clients, they beg for help when it comes to certain stuff. But you need to go into this marketplace and actually provide value. And the way you go about providing value can be, in a whole host of ways, but essentially the way you want to do this is with a high value content offer. Now, what exactly is a high value content offer, you may be asking? Well, simply put, a high value content offer is just a bit of content that demonstrates knowledge and expertise within a particular industry. So a high value content offer can be pretty much anything when it comes to the actual content itself. So some people, for example, what we do at my agency, you can do an audit, which you can provide to these OnlyFans models. And as you're providing an audit, these OnlyFans models, they recognize the value, which means that you're going to be having a higher chance of actually getting them on a call, actually closing them and actually working with them. And not only that, but it's going to make sure that you're working with better quality clients because they're going to recognize the actual value of the content itself. Whereas, a low quality client isn't going to be recognizing the value of what you actually provide. So you can do an audit, for example, you can do a cheat sheet, you can do an ebook, for example. So this can just be about any of the problems that the market face, and you can just create a bit of content that teaches them how to overcome this problem. Now, this is going to save you tons of time and effort when it comes to actually building an OnlyFans agency, because you're just going to be able to send out these bits of content to potential prospects. They're going to recognize the value, and it's just going to make it so much easier when it comes to signing clients. And not only that, but actually getting them to believe in your actual authority and expertise, because if they do not believe in your actual authority and expertise, you're going to struggle when it comes to actually collecting content for them to promote and actually manage their actual OnlyFans itself. So a high value content offer is really critical when it comes to building a $100,000 OnlyFans agency. Now, the second secret hack when it comes to building a $100,000 OnlyFans agency is sales and outreach. Now, by sales and outreach, it's pretty self-explanatory. So this is when you speak to potential prospects, get them on a call and convert them. This is a critical process when it comes to building a $100,000 OnlyFans agency, because if you don't have any clients, then you're literally going to have no revenue coming in, because all of your revenue is going to be coming from these actual clients itself. Now, I've identified 4 pillars when it comes to actual sales and outreach. So the first is prospecting. So prospecting, when you're going out to the market, you reach out to these people, you're making sure that, you think it's going to be a good lead that you're contacting, and you then, essentially put them in some sort of CRM and make sure that you're actually going to put them into your outreach system. Now, once they're in your outreach system, the second pillar is outreach itself. So it's what message are you actually sending, how you're actually initiating conversations, what sort of touch points have you got. That's your outreach actual mechanism. Then the third is the actual lead nurturing. So once you've done that initial outreach, are you sending follow-ups? Are you sending them over content to convert them further? It's actually how you're going about nurturing these leads. And the fourth one is actually the sales call itself. So what sales tactics are you actually deploying, how you're actually demonstrating the value on the actual sales calls itself, or how you're actually going about getting them on a sales call as well. So the ideal structure of a sales and outreach system is to have predictable high quality meetings with these models, which isn't very hard. Essentially, if you get 50 ideal prospects that you're reaching out to and you're sending a good quality message to, you should be able to expect at least conversion rates of 10% in terms of warm leads who actually respond to that. And then with them warm leads, you'll probably be able to book 50% of them on an actual sales call itself. And then once you've got them on a sales call, you have to demonstrate your value. But normally when they hop on a sales call, they're already open to actually joining an OnlyFans agency. By that point, you've already demonstrated your value, your authority, and your expertise in the marketplace. You'll put them through your outreach and sales mechanisms, and you're actually signing them on as clients. Now that is crucial when it comes to building an OnlyFans agency, and so many people do not have their systems dialed in when it comes to signing high quality models, because it's very easy to go out into the marketplace and sign models which are really struggling, but because they don't have the work ethic when it comes to actually creating the content, or the content they're creating just isn't simply good enough to actually go viral on these platforms or to actually get some traction on social media. So it's really critical that you really dial in these outreach systems and are targeting good quality models. Now, secret number 3 when it comes to building a $100,000 OnlyFans agency is the actual service delivery. So I want to outline 3 mechanisms when it comes to the service delivery. The first mechanism is actually the subscriber acquisition. So I'm just going to type that out. Now, the subscriber acquisition essentially is the system which you use to actually get people from this model's social medias or the actual whatever promotional outlet you've got for these models set up, to actually get them to the model's OnlyFans and subscribing and actually be active on there. So that's your whole subscriber acquisition system. So how are you going about on these social medias like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter? How are you going about getting them and funneling through to the actual OnlyFans page? And it's an issue that I see a lot of people have. Lots of people are trying various, automations which don't work. They're trying various, tactics which are a little bit outdated. And I'm seeing a lot of people really struggle in the marketplace when it comes to actually getting their models good results. But really it comes down to actually just some, predictable, reliable strategies that you can implement consistently, and you're going to get guaranteed results, maybe in a few months, but at least they're going to be some substantial, gains for your actual models itself. So you need a subscriber acquisition system, which is actually going to be getting your models, anywhere from 20 to 30 subscribers a day, of course, depending on a bunch of variables. So depending on the actual price that you set for your subscription itself, as well as the actual how much promotion you're doing as well. But you need a reliable subscriber acquisition system. The second part of service delivery is community nurturing. Now, community nurturing is essentially what happens once the actual fan itself subscribes. Do they get an automatic welcome message? Do they get access to tons of content on the actual model's wall feed? Is the actual model being engaging on her actual page itself? So is she, having fun games for the subscribers, so they keep on coming back to play these games? Is she keeping it interesting? Is she keeping the content, interactive? There's all sorts of, methods when it comes to community nurturing. But essentially, what you want to be looking for is you want the actual subscriber to stay within the actual model's OnlyFans account for as long as possible. Now, what we call this is we call this subscriber retention. So essentially you're looking for an average subscriber retention of anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So if you can get a subscriber to stay on for, as long as possible and to actually build that loyalty to your model's OnlyFans page, then your model's going to be, half the way there when it comes to adding tons of money to her actual earnings, because you've got a reliable system bringing subscribers in and you're keeping the subscribers. So already you're doing pretty well when it comes to the actual service delivery. Now, the third and final part, and it can be seen as the most actual important part, is the actual pay-per-view sales mechanism. So how are you actually going about selling these subscribers content? So do you run a free page, for example, for your model, and you're posting a bunch of content on the actual wall feed itself? I personally don't recommend that. I think it's very inefficient. But there's different ways you can actually go about selling these pay-per-view sales, and you need to make sure that your mechanism is optimized in terms of the actual, are you putting a teaser on the actual pay-per-view content that you're sending out as a mass message? Are you actually putting engaging captions when it comes to the actual pay-per-view message itself? So is it going to be enticing them to actually purchase the pay-per-view message? And is your pay-per-view content actually good? And how much pay-per-view content are you sending out on a daily basis? How much are you charging? There's all these different variables you need to optimize when it comes to the pay-per-view sales system. And a lot of people do this wrong, and it's why they're not able to make quick, instant money when it comes to OnlyFans management. Because, for example, if a model's got tons of subscribers, the subscribers are staying a while, but she's still not making much money, chances are it's an issue with this third mechanism of pay-per-view sales. So putting stuff in this frame just really makes it very simple in terms of what system do I need to focus on, what variables do I need to be looking at, and how can I actually get this model's account to the next level when it comes to the actual service delivery itself. That concludes today's video. I hope you got a ton of value from it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're interested in a roadmap on how to build a 50K plus per month OnlyFans agency, the link for that can be found in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.